You know, the thing about 10 toes down life, man, is I don't necessarily like to get into too much of the I told you so stuff because I'm more of the guy who stands on what I say. I stand on what I say, right? There's no issue with my stance because my stance has stayed consistent, all right? So I'm the guy, again, there might have been one moment of doubt that, matter of fact, again, I can document it. Even after the low point of the season, which was Martin Luther King Day, right? I had no doubt in my mind that the Knicks were contenders, all right? The Knicks are a contending team. Are the Knicks the front runners? No, we haven't proved that yet. I mean, maybe a victory over OKC might have proved that. Not necessarily beating the lower end teams. I mean, well, the higher end teams like San Antonio and a team that is a higher end team but that lack playoff experience, right? They have flaws and weaknesses of their own. They have a lot of strengths. But when it comes down to it, the Knicks are most definitely one of the powerhouses of the league. And I've maintained that the whole time. Again, the low point of the season, the Knicks dropped to 25-18, only 7 games over when they lost to Dallas. Worst loss of the... I mean, we had other bad losses. The 3 Detroit losses. I mean, Detroit is at least a good team, right? Dallas is a 21-win team at this point, right? They're going to probably win about 26, 27 games, and to lose to a team like that by that margin, it's something you don't want to do, right? Okay. So, again, I've maintained the whole time that the Knicks are definitely, you've seen at their best, they play well. At their worst, they could get beat by anybody, including that Dallas team that came into our gym and blew us the hell out on Martin Luther King Day. And it seemed like, the Knicks offensively and defensively went through the motions that game. Again, I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you what happened. Got an ass beat. But see, here's the problem. Like Obo said, why can these other teams get their ass beat? Why can Detroit go on a 3-game losing streak and nobody sounds the alarm? The Knicks lose one game. The Knicks lose one game on a what was it, Thursday night? Friday night? Friday night we beat up on so it was Wednesday. We on a back-to-back. Mind you, Knicks came from on Tuesday, came from Canada, had to go through customs the whole 9, played the next night against OKC and against the damn refs. And again, I'm not one to make excuses, but everybody sounds the alarm. Everybody, the Knicks. Detroit can lose to the Brooklyn Nets. And I look, they didn't have Cade, and they didn't have Buzz Thompson. Detroit's whole thing about this year has been the system and the depth. Now this is the problem. Cade is their one superstar. So now here's what happens in a 4-season playoff run, in a 4-series playoff run. If Cade does not play well, or if he gets hurt, if you're able to lose to the Brooklyn Nets, now again, a team that's trying to lose. I mean, let's not make no mistakes about it. The Nets are clearly trying to tank. And if you can lose to the Brooklyn Nets, then you telling me that's the front runner to win it all? I've maintained this. There's no team that's far and away better than anybody else. I've maintained this all season. I said there are no juggernauts. And again, I don't consider the Knicks a juggernaut, so I'm being consistent. But I do consider the Knicks a team that when we play our best game, look out. Now, the idea that the Knicks will turn this on again, I don't see enough leadership there. I don't see enough leadership there. I don't see enough breakaway talent. But I do see some things that I like. I do see Brunson adjusting his game, being more facilitator. Again, it's nice to be able to talk between dominant scorer and willing facilitator, right? It's nice to be able to talk between those two things. Brunson should be able to do so. Okay? If he can, a la shades of the Walt Clyde Frazier. I say late, my God, I'm sorry. Walt Clyde Frazier. Because I'm thinking of Willis Reed on that team, right? Because I'm thinking of the reason why, and Willis Reed has passed away. But, the fact of the matter is that this is the last time the Knicks had two All-NBA stars on the same team. Okay? And I believe we have that in Karl Anthony Towns is going to probably make the All-NBA team this year. He might have a very down year, but really just by virtue of elimination, I might say the Sinners or Joker if he gets the games. If he misses one or two more games and he doesn't qualify, Karl Anthony Towns is definitely an All-NBA third team. It's okay. I'm going to get back to the main point. But yeah, Duren and then Towns, and I think Towns is better than Duren. Duren is playing better defensively. I understand that, but Towns is leading the league and one of the lead leaders in rebounds. If Joker plays the game, he's going to get it. And see, this is the thing. Thursday night, and it's one of the Knicks. Friday night. It's one of the Knicks. Big reasons why I think the Knicks can win a championship, especially if we play Denver. We own Denver. Denver, in a 7-game series, I think we beat Denver in 5 or 6 games. And it just so happened Jokic is a terrific player who could probably bring up the level, but we have everything we need. We have 2 guys that can match him. Okay? Yes, Murray got hurt. Murray got hurt stepping on the Joker's foot. And this is one of the issues with Joker. Now, I did a video saying what Joker is. A guy who's smart enough to be not the worst defender in the world, but not athletic enough to cover what traditional centers are able to cover as far as rim protection. And it was one of those things where, his second gun stepped on his foot. And again, I'm not making light of the injury, but yeah, it became a problem. And neither here nor there. Again, the Knicks have played well. Against the top 10, top 7, top 8, the Knicks have above 500 record. So this is not like last year. And again, I think the Knicks are built for a playoff run. I think the Knicks are a deep team. We're damn sure deeper than we were last year when we got to the conference finals. There is no Indiana. And again, the idea that Indiana has our number and Halliburton owns us, slow the fuck down. Halliburton had 3 single-digit games. He had 3 games where he shot like poorly. He had 3 good games. And I'm going to say this. We lost to Indiana last year. Again, I was one of those who picked the Knicks to beat Indiana easily. But when I made that pick, I want y'all to understand this. I was scared of one thing. Tom Thibodeau being outcoached. And I will maintain this. Tom Thibodeau got outcoached. Now, if we go into the playoffs this year, Does Mike Brown have the ability to be out coached? Of course he does. But I still think, talent-wise, the Knicks have more than the rest of the East. Again, when you look at the Detroit games, I think Detroit and Bickerstaff, who, mind you, Bickerstaff has lost to the Knicks 2 out of the last 3 years. Him losing to the Knicks was one of the biggest reasons why he was fired in Cleveland. Okay? So, let's not forget that part, okay? Let's not forget that part. But I still don't think, again, for a team that, and this is what's proven. Cade Cunningham and Arthur was out last night. Detroit is built on depth. Y'all lost to one of the Brooklyn Nets are bad. I get it's a team that had two scorers, two bona fide scorers. And one of those scorers, they cut in Cam Thomas. Michael Porter Jr., this is the idea. Detroit does not have a bona fide go-to scorer outside of Cade. And again, Durant is playing very well. But is he a guy that you're going to expect 20 and 10 throughout multiple rounds? In his second playoff run. Again, Duncan Robinson, who's been to a finals, and your boy, what's his name? Tobias Harris. Those are the only two Pistons who've been through wars. And I get it. Look, the Knicks had to go. When the Knicks got Brunson, it was Brunson. Cat had like a cup of tea in the playoffs. He hadn't been to a conference finals yet. Matter of fact, I'm talking when we first got Brunson, it was so Randall had his first playoff experience with the Knicks. We got smoked by Atlanta in 5 games. Right? Remember that? But then we got him some help, and we were able to, again, Miami was the team that had the coaching. And again, this was another issue of Thibodeau being our coach. See, I'm going to stand, again, 10 toes down. When the Knicks lose a couple of games, all of a sudden y'all want to run to, we had to. No, Thibodeau had to go. Thibodeau had to go. He got out-coached. He was out-coached by Spoelstra back in Miami. You'll forget, we lost all 4 times with home field court advantage. You lose with home court advantage. You lose when you're the highest seed. I think there's an element of you being out-coached. Again, Jimmy Butler twisted his ankle in game 1. He didn't run one play taking advantage of this man. Right there. Right there. You go into the point where you have to play Brunson and Hart 48 minutes in that final game. You had to play Brunson and Hart 48 minutes in that final game to even have a chance. And yes, they did have a chance. But you already down. Okay? Same thing. Okay, next year, the whole Alec Burks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brunson, the Alec Burks thing came before Brunson. The next year, okay, you get a reprieve because half the team was injured. I get it. But see, this is the problem. And this is the issue. And this is what Mike Brown being there has done. When half the team got hurt, when Randall was out for the playoffs, when the next injury was Bogdanovich when what's the name fell on his ankle. He hasn't played a game since, right? Bogdanovich was brought to the Knicks. He was a 20-point scorer in Detroit. Detroit Pistons, y'all forget, y'all had Bogdanovich, right? A couple of years ago when y'all won 14 games. Y'all traded him to us, but he was averaging 20 points. So the fact that he was averaging 20 points on a bad team, okay, it was a bad team, but he could average 20 points. Okay? We lost that. When he got hurt, we lost that. All right? So we lost Bogdanovich. We lost Mitchell Robinson. Then we lost, we had DiVincenzo. We lost somebody else, I'm thinking. But then we wound up losing, we lost everybody. And that gave Thibodeau a reprieve. But Carlisle out-coached him. Carlisle worked the refs better than him. I remember this. We should have been up 3-0 in that series. We should have been up 3-1 in that series. Okay? So again, the fact of the matter is Mike Brown in this situation has done a better job of developing the bench. Therefore, if we had the same type of, and that's what I'm saying, if we had the same type of injuries again, well, at least we have guys that we can go through. We have Jordan Clarkson. Again, if you want to tell me Jordan Clarkson is washed, Jordan Clarkson is washed. But I actually would trust Jordan Clarkson, a guy who went to the finals with LeBron James. Say what you want about him averaging 4 points on that team. He had that experience. He knows what it's like. He's been in the room. We got Jordan Clarkson out of the rotation. We got Tyler Kolek. We got Mohamed Diarra putting him on all NBA first teamers right now. Okay? So again, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end it soon. The Knicks are who I thought they were. You haters, you 1970, you 1974, 1973, whatever it is. It's been 53 years. I get it. You never made me waver. Ever. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there are no juggernauts. There are no, like, the Pistons don't have our number till they do it in the playoffs. And shout out to those Pistons fans that understand that. Till they do it in the playoffs, it means nothing. All right, guys. Peace.